Good morning, everybody. And what are we today? Thursday, actually. Yeah, gosh, we lost a few days. Happy Thursday, everybody. I know that all the agencies are really, really manic now. It seems like everybody's really got more busy. So sorry, Bobs, before you start, maybe I wanted to just ask the agents, would you prefer if we maybe just did a one training session going forward for the week? Or should we stick with two? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Because it really, I can see that there's less people joining these days because they're so busy. Anybody?
Maybe put it in the chat and you can.
Maybe they can answer me from there, maybe once a week. Okay, nice. Yeah, I think it's just every agency I speak to and everyone I phone, and I know from ours, it's just been really busy. And as you say, yes, you can always watch the recordings. Okay, thanks for your feedback, guys. So today we're very excited to have Barbara, a familiar face to most of you, I'm sure. But Mequfi also very close to my heart. It's the most beautiful, beautiful resort and has so much to offer. And we've got some excellent reopening rates, and you can obviously talk about when you're opening, everything like that, Bobs. So what I'll do is I'll hand over to you and we'll go from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Ange, and welcome everybody. Thank you so much for your time. Yes, we certainly are getting a little bit more hectic, which is good. We can be positive about that and happy and grateful for that. So hope you're all well and hope you've had a good week. I must say, having a public holiday on a Monday, maybe not so good. Trying to remember what day it is, like Ange, it's Thursday today, yes. But yeah, thanks for your time. I'm very excited. I love this property. I'm so happy it's opening on the 1st of December, or should I say reopening on the 1st of December. Diamonds Mequfi it's a special product. It's a little piece of paradise. I love watching people's reactions. Sometimes when I'm blessed enough to go to Mequfi, I just love seeing people's reactions when they get there. It's just wow. It's as I said, a little piece of paradise. What I'd like to do, I'm going to show you a video first, just so you get a feel of the property, and then I'll just go through the presentation and give you a little bit more information. You're welcome to ask questions in the chat. I'll get to that probably at the end. And yeah, so sit back, relax. Sorry, there's no popcorn because we have to do this through a computer, but enjoy the video. All right, so that gives you a little taste of Diamonds Mequfi. I'm sure most of you were sitting hoping that you were there right now. I know I was. So what I'd like to do now is just go through my presentation and just give you a little bit more information about the property, should I say. Okay, sorry, let me just play from the start. Can I just check that everybody can see this?
Yes, we can see it. You've got a little soft, Bob, so I don't know if you want to talk a bit louder.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay, I'm happy to raise my voice a little bit. All right, so with regards to Diamonds Mequfi Beach Resort, to give you an idea, we're actually in an area called Pemba. So from a flight perspective, I'll go through the different flight options that you can take to get there. I have to be honest, the first time that I went to Diamonds Mequfi, I never realized how long the Mozambican coast is. It is very long. And, you know, I live in KZN. So when people say we're going to Mozambique, it's actually a 5-hour drive if you're looking at Ponta and places like that. So when I actually got on the aeroplane, I didn't realize that the coastline of Mozambique is actually very long. So it's up north. It's called Pemba. We are 50-minute drive from the Pemba airport, and you drive through the most beautiful areas, which I'll show you now as well. But just to give you an idea as to where we're based. So flight-wise, there are two options in terms of getting there. Airlink flies Johannesburg direct to Pemba, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. And then we have LAM. LAM flies via Maputo. Now, personally, I've done both of the flights. Airlink, yes, you fly direct into Pemba. However, with the LAM flight, you fly Johannesburg to Maputo, you get off, you go through passport control, you walk around, and you get back on an aeroplane. The whole process probably takes about 45 minutes, but the one advantage of that is when you actually arrive in Pemba, you grab your luggage and off you go. You don't have to go through passport control or anything on that side. Both flights are great, quite a fun excursion in terms of getting to Maputo, go through passport control, go around and get your next plane. But it's honestly about a 45-minute delay, if you want to call it that, but it's absolutely fun. Quite nice to be able to stretch your legs and jump on another aeroplane. So those are the two ways in which you can get to Pemba. So as I mentioned, we have a 50-minute scenic road transfer. We go through 3 of the villages, and majority of the people who live in the villages, that is where our staff come from. So we're very, very close to the local communities, which is really awesome. Plan Hotel has also built a school, just from a give back perspective. So we have the children in the villages that actually have a fully fledged school, which is really, really great. I've personally gone to have a look. Cameron actually did an educational there quite a few years ago, but he also visited there with some of the team from Cullinan. So that was also quite special to see the pictures of that. So we will organize the transfers. The transfers are in 4x4s. When I say 4x4s, kind of like your Toyota bakkies, your Ford bakkies, etc. Yes, the road is a dirt road. Quite a fun experience. It's not bad at all. You don't need to wear a kidney belt or anything like that. But it's a really scenic drive. And the thing that I absolutely love when you're driving to Diamonds Mequfi is the baobab trees. Oh my word. You just, you take a picture of a baobab tree and 2 minutes down the road, there's another beautiful one. So I think it's a beautiful scenic drive. 50 minutes. Yes, if it rains, might be a little bit longer. But the drive is actually really special, and it kind of gets you into the mood before you arrive at Diamonds Mequfi. Okay. Right, so welcome to Diamonds Mequfi Beach Resort. This is the reception area. So you are greeted with our incredible staff, just smiling faces and the most divine people. So this would be your reception area. We check in here, and then from there, we obviously take you down. If you can look through that window, there is the ocean, and that is Diamonds Mequfi. Okay. And there we are. So we've got 48 rooms in total. We do say all with a sea view. And the reason we say that is that the ground is a little bit angled. So every single one of the rooms has a sea view, and they've kind of positioned the rooms accordingly. Some of you might have a look and go, a lot of sand going on there and not too much in terms of greenery. The whole feel of Diamonds Mequfi is we want you to feel like you are actually on the beach. Okay, you're not in a resort next to the beach, you're on the beach. So the sand that you see here is actually beach sand. So we want that feel of you feel like you're in the bush, sorry, on the beach, as opposed to just a resort and then the beach. So I'll go through the two different room types that we have. Let me start here. We've got 38 deluxe rooms. Now, to give an example, what you're looking at now are two separate deluxe rooms. Okay. When I move on to the suites, if you can imagine that both of those is one suite. Okay, because the suite has a lounge area as well as the bedroom area. So those are the deluxe rooms. As I said, from a privacy perspective, I've spent many a night at Diamonds Mequfi with people next door. You do not hear them, you do not see them. The privacy aspect of it is very, very good. Just to give you an idea of what they look like inside. So from a deluxe room perspective, what we normally do is we suggest if you have one child, a deluxe room will work very well. Okay, the reason for that, on the left-hand side, you can see a little bed there. We call it a window bed. All right, so that would be for children under the age of 12. If, however, your children are over the age of 12 or you have two children, we have two suggestions. Suggestion number one is to do an interleading room. And as you see here, we have 20 interleading rooms, which kind of shows how much we work with families. So we can do the interleading rooms. Alternatively, the suite can accommodate 2 adults and 2 children on a sleeper couch, which I'll show you just now. All of the rooms are obviously fully equipped with Wi-Fi. We have Wi-Fi in the main areas as well. You've got your TVs, we've got a little fridge, telephone, etc., etc. So that just gives you an idea. That's just a picture of going into the bathroom areas. The deluxe rooms have got a shower, and the suites have got an inside shower and an outside shower. Okay, so just to give you an idea in terms of what the bathrooms are made up of. All right, and then following on to the suites, we have 10 luxury suites. This gives you an idea of the beach that we have. When I tell you it is a private beach, we do not have anybody, in terms of any hotels, any houses, etc., 500 kilometers either side of us. We are the only resort in this area. I know personally, I've had a walk on this beach before, and it is the most incredible feeling to know that you are the only person and that is your beach. It's really, really special. So the suites you will find are on the left-hand side of the resort, and the deluxe rooms are on the right-hand side of the resort. But as mentioned, every single one of them has a sea view, even the ones we call at the back, which is obviously closer to the reception area at the top. They also have a full sea view. Okay, so that is important to note. All right, so just moving on to the suite. The only difference between the suite and the deluxe rooms is the second image, which is your lounge. Okay, so if I can just go back one, your bedroom is exactly the same setup as the deluxe rooms, except you have the lounge area. That is a pull-out couch. Okay, it is extremely comfortable. I personally wanted to test it myself. Very, very comfortable for the children. As you can see on the left-hand side, there is a curtain. So if the parents want some privacy, they can close that. If the kids want to watch TV and the parents want to sleep, at least you have that option of pulling the curtain. In the suite, in the lounge area, we also have a separate toilet and basin. Okay, so the children don't have to go through to the parents' bedroom in the evenings. Again, we have a television in the lounge as well. So if the parents want to watch something, the kids can watch something else in the lounge area. Okay. As you can see again, sea-facing room itself. Then moving on to the restaurant, we actually have 2 restaurants on the property. One of them, which is the Asanatura restaurant, that is part of the all-inclusive. We then have, which I'll show you shortly, the CU restaurant, which is an a la carte restaurant, which you need to book, and it is an additional charge. But let me tell you, the food at Diamonds Mequfi, well, Plan Hotel properties, is unbelievable. The variety is incredible. Our chefs are phenomenal. They do everything from a curry to a pasta to an omelette to prawns, you name it, they've pretty much got it. The one great thing about Plan Hotel, because it's actually an Italian-based company, coffee, very important. Every single room has a coffee plunger. We don't have instant coffee, and the coffee is absolutely divine. And the other thing that I love about all of our properties within Plan Hotel is that we have a pasta station. So you get there, you decide what pasta you would like, you decide what sauces you want, and they make it for you fresh, fresh, fresh to eat. So that is really phenomenal as well. So you would have your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinners here. Remember that part of with our all-inclusive package, our all-inclusive package includes your 3 meals per day, obviously your accommodation, and all of your beverages, from alcoholic to teas, coffees, juices, waters, etc., from 10 o'clock in the morning up until midnight. Okay, obviously you can have coffee and juices at breakfast, but from 10 o'clock your alcoholic beverages start. We do have premium brands, and the premium brands are obviously not part of the all-inclusive, but I can assure you, from a gin and tonic to a vodka to beers, wines, etc., it's phenomenal. You certainly are spoiled for choice. Okay. This is the inside part of the buffet restaurant. Now, Mozambique can get quite hot in the summer. Some people prefer to eat in the air conditioning, which they are very welcome to do for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Other people brave it outside on the veranda, which I quite like, that beautiful smell of the sea air. It's fantastic. We do, however, normally put in our fruits and our desserts inside the air conditioning for obvious reasons. But yeah, so we've got the option of people who'd like to, the option for people who would like to rather dine in the air conditioning. Also, to just let you know, while we're on this image, we can also do small conferences. I had some great corporate conferences there pre-COVID, and we actually convert this room into the conference facility. Okay. What you will find then, from a group perspective, if we have a group here, we then have the CU restaurant, which we can utilize in terms of the desserts and the fruit to keep it cool. Okay, so Diamonds Mequfi is very flexible. We make a plan and we make it work. But this is a room that we will equip in terms of the projector, the screen, the chairs, the tables, etc. All right, so just so you have that in the back of your mind, if you're looking for people to do a small intimate conference, bearing in mind that a lot of our rooms are not twin beds. We only have 9 deluxe rooms that are twins. So, for example, 48 people, if they were all singles, is a great, great place in terms of exclusivity to have a conference at Diamonds Mequfi. Okay, and I just love the lights, all the fish swirling around, which is quite special. All right, then we have the Bellabaya Bar, which is fabulous for your sundowners. Really, really awesome. It's near the swimming pool area, but I will show you an image so you can get a better idea and a feel of where everything is located. As I mentioned, all-inclusive package, alcoholic beverages from 10 o'clock onwards until midnight. If they stay after midnight, then they will be charged additional for any drinks. Okay, but your waters, your teas, coffees, etc. are available throughout the day. This is just a view from the bar, having a look at the most divine swimming pool. It is amazing. Funny enough, we actually find more people actually sit at the swimming pool than they do on the beach. But that's everybody's preference as well. All right, so as I mentioned, the CU restaurant, this is our a la carte restaurant. Food, phenomenal, plated food, just out of this world. So if your guests would like to have a private dinner in terms of an a la carte as opposed to a buffet, it can be arranged and they just pay an additional charge for this. All right, so kind of stepping back with the ocean behind me, this gives you a really good idea of the main area. So downstairs is the bar that I showed you earlier. On the left-hand side, there's a few doors, which are just your bathrooms, and then to get your towels, your swimming towels. On the top left-hand side is the CU restaurant, the a la carte restaurant I was talking about. In the middle is obviously your buffet restaurant, and then to the right is the inside portion of the buffet restaurant. So that just gives you a really nice idea of the main area. And I thought I'd show you Mequfi by day and Mequfi by night. It really is quite beautiful. The sunsets and sunrises here are incredible. Absolutely amazing. All right, so this picture, just to give you an idea as well, we are sitting at the bar. The sand area tends to look rather large here. It's not that large. However, this is the kind of area where we will do a pool dinner. So depending on the occupancies that we have, one night we'll actually do a pool dinner where we set up a full buffet outside. To the right-hand side, we play volleyball. There's some activities for the kids to play. So it's a really well-used area in terms of that. And it's great, you know, if the parents are swimming and relaxing, the children are entertained in this area, so at least they can still see their children, which I think is good. Parents have a holiday, children also have a holiday. Okay. Just before I get to the important points to remember, we obviously, from an excursion perspective, at this stage, unfortunately, some of them are a little limited just due to COVID and regulations. However, part of your all-inclusive package, we include a lot of water activities, but the non-motorized water activities. So your motorized water activities, there is an additional charge, but we can offer that service as well. Canoeing, kayaking, stand-up paddles, those type of things, we can obviously, it's part of the all-inclusive package, so we can certainly assist with all of that. From an excursion perspective, whale watching is very, very popular in Pemba area. The great thing for us is that they actually do come past the hotel, so it's really special to be sitting there and watching the whales come past. Alternatively, you can do a whale watching tour where you would have to go back into Pemba, because most of the excursions leave from Pemba. Diving, fishing, whale watching, those kind of excursions, you would have to go back to Pemba. We have bicycles at Diamonds Mequfi. You're welcome to ride around the area there. Trust me, anybody who needs to get their 10,000 steps, you'll certainly get that at Diamonds Mequfi. But we do have a golf cart, so if people would prefer to be taken with a golf cart, that's no problem at all. We also have a snack bar, which is a little bit further away from the main area on the beach. It's open from 10 o'clock in the morning until about 6 o'clock in the evening. A lot of people tend to go there because they may not necessarily want to be at the main bar in the main pool area, but that is where all the activities happen. So if there's any activities that the kids want to do and the parents want to relax, we have the additional snack bar. We have drinks, we have little snacks there on a daily basis, and it's a really, really nice place if people don't necessarily want to be with everybody else on the other side of the main beach or the pool area. So from an excursions perspective, me personally, when you get to Mequfi, you just want to stay there. You just want to relax. You want to read your book. You want to have a little afternoon snooze. You eat far too much. You drink far too much. But that's what this holiday is about. It really is a little piece of paradise in the middle of nowhere. And that's one thing that I really love about it. So just some points to remember. As I mentioned, all-inclusive package. 50 minutes from Pemba Airport that we can do the transfers, 48 rooms in total, interleading rooms for families, which I think is really important. I say private beach, we don't own it, but there's nobody else there. So it's pretty private in terms of that. Great for couples, families, and groups. We really cater for everything. We have honeymooners, we have weddings. It really is one of those properties where anything goes. We can accommodate any type of incentive, group, conference, leisure group, families, etc. Conference facilities, as I mentioned, for smaller groups, and there are no visas required for the SA market. And I think that's also a big plus, especially now at the moment where you have to have all sorts of things. The other advantage of Diamonds Mequfi, or should I say Mozambique, is that you don't have to have been vaccinated. The PCR tests do need to be done prior to arrival, and we then will do the PCR tests at the hotel prior to their departure. So that will be organized. We will bring in a doctor to do it for us. So the PCR testing can be done at the hotel. We're very happy about that, because to have to go into Pemba, get tested, come back is quite a mission. So it's much better that we can actually do it at the hotel. I think I've given all the information at this stage. Obviously, Thompson's do have our fact sheets. They have images. the video, Ange, I'm happy to send that to you as well. But
Please.
if there's any questions, I'm just going to stop sharing at this stage. Are there any questions or queries in terms of the property? Have I left any valued information out that Ange has been there? So Ange, if maybe I've missed anything in particular with regards to Diamonds Mequfi.
Well, I think it's one of our favorite properties. It's very exciting that it's reopening. And yes, I've personally been there. I can vouch for the beautiful rooms. The beach is amazing. And the food is even better. Gosh, we ate and ate and ate. So the food is fantastic. What I did want to ask, and I see Cam has given it there, was about the PCR test, what the cost is when you are there, but you're saying that's the story.
Yes.
And then what I wanted to also say before I ask that question is that we do have an emailer going out tonight. There's a kids stay free, and it's we're doing a 4-night and a 5-night, and it's from about 19,000 Rand. So from for December and all the way for next year, and in June, I think. So I think the pricing is really good. It's a wonderful option. And as you say, you don't have to be vaccinated. So for those not vaccinated, it can obviously help from that perspective. So what I want to just see here, I know we always get this question of safety, but I know that that's not a problem because it's not that part of Mozambique, but maybe you want to answer that, Barbs.
Okay, so just to give you some feedback as well, and we obviously work very closely with the local communities in and around our resort. It is very, very quiet. I know that a few months ago, there was obviously a big thing on social media with regards to everything. From our perspective, we are absolutely fine. Basically, the situation that did occur a few months ago is actually 580 kilometers away from us on a dirt road. So, you know, it's almost kind of saying that if there's trouble in Cape Town, is it safe to go to Johannesburg? So, okay, sorry, that is a bit of a further distance. If there's something happening in Durban, should you be going to Johannesburg? So from a safety perspective, that hotel has been there with about 5 staff, just looking after the place for the last year and a half due to COVID, and they have had absolutely no problems at all. It is very quiet there. I actually had a meeting with LAM yesterday and got their perspective on it, and they said absolutely fine. They're based in Maputo. They know the situation. They're very close to the situation, and they honestly have not had any further situations there at all. Not at all. Nolene, sorry, just your question. I see Cameron did say $60 US. I'll just double check that. I think it might be 65, but it's 65 even at the hotel. So we're not going to be charging additional for that. It will be done at the hotel at the 65. I think it's 65, but let me just reconfirm, Cam. I'll let you know about that.
Perfect. Does anybody else have any other questions? You obviously still got availability for December.
Yes, we do, and we will welcome any bookings that come our way, most definitely.
Okay, good. Okay, so there's an option.
Yeah, December and January, we do have availability in both the deluxe and the suites. Over Christmas, in fact, over New Year, it's starting to get quite busy in terms of occupancies, but we do have availability at this stage. All right.
Good. Okay, Vanessa just reiterating how stunning it is, and we're excited it's opening. Wendy, do you want to ask your question? You got your hand up?
Yeah, hi Barbara.
Hi Wendy.
Hey, the deluxe rooms, are they the ones that are used for interleading, hey, for families?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and when they're not used for interleading, is there still some privacy for each room?
Absolutely. The doors are double doors. So from a privacy perspective, it's absolutely fine.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Pleasure. Sorry, just one other thing. Just remember with Plan Hotel properties, and I'm saying this in general, but obviously today we're doing Diamonds Mequfi. Just remember that children under the age of 11.99, not 12, 11.99, stay free when sharing with adults. Okay, your first child. And then the second one only pays a percentage. So that's always a big plus with regards to the Plan Hotel properties, is that families are not having to pay full for each person that goes to our properties. So please just obviously bear that in mind as well. And Thompson's have got some amazing specials. I'm very excited. When I sent them through yesterday to Cameron, he was like, "Yay, thank you so much." So I'm very excited about that.
I see, Johnson, you've got your hand up. Johnson, do you want to ask your question? No, Johnson's gone quiet on us. Okay, does anybody else have anything else they need to? Oh, there we go. Johnson?
Sorry. What I want to know is just a security perspective from Barbara. I know there's a lot of hype, a lot of questions have been asked about Mozambique, the Boko Haram and this and that. You know, you must have read in the newspaper. And especially this Diamonds Resort, how is it? Is it safe there at this resort?
Yeah, so we do have 24-hour security. We always have had. It's just one of the policies of Plan Hotel Properties. So we have 24-hour security regardless. We have not had any problems there whatsoever. From a safety perspective, as I mentioned before, we're about 580 kilometers drive away from where everything happened a few months ago. So from that aspect, we've been absolutely fine. We haven't had any issues, and I mean, when I go there, I never feel unsafe. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay, good. Does anybody else have anything else for Barbara? No, just look out for our good deals on our website and the email it tonight, and then let's hope we can get some more business in, Bobs.
Fantastic. And thanks to everyone again for taking the time to find out a little bit more about our piece of paradise, and look forward to welcoming your guests.
Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks, Bobs.
Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.
Bye.